Alright guys, time to update back again today. Hope you're enjoying your day so far, and today we are going to talk about Douglas Censor Martin. He's been talking over the last few weeks here that he wants to get back into the CDL, and a rumour emerged a couple of days ago that he's actually been reaching out to the Paris Legion organisation directly to try and nab a spot on that team. That would be awesome to see, but I am intrigued to hear your thoughts in the comment section on how likely you do believe this to be. Like if you guys enjoyed the video, subscribe if you are new as always, I'd greatly appreciate it. Thank you for doing that, really helps out the channel. Just before we start with this, just wanted to mention yesterday we uploaded this 100 Thieves Forgotten Black Ops 3 debut type video, just another 3 minutes in Call of Duty mini documentary series. Lots of great feedback on this once again. Interesting timing though really with this announcement, because they also confirmed yesterday that they would be exiting Counter-Strike Global Offensive. And if you guys follow Counter-Strike closely, you'll know that they weren't exiting for the reason of to save money or whatever, but it was more that the team wanted to be based in Europe, and North American Counter-Strike really right now is not in a great place. But at the same time, you've got to say that if they're exiting CSGO, they free up some more capital resources, they free up some more cash. Is it possible that they look to get into the CDL as a result of this? You know, who knows, right? There's still question marks around the issue. Then again, they have just invested into Valorant, which is of course this new fledgling esport, I suppose, which maybe doesn't necessarily mean that they have the money on the table, and well, maybe they're overextended to some degree, but pulling out of Counter-Strike maybe means it's more likely that CDL could be an opportunity for these guys, and well, as we said in that video, could a return soon be on the cards, who knows? And any recommendations for what we should do these mini documentaries on in future weeks, please let us know in the comments section below. This I thought was cool as well from Shorty on BBC News. I haven't got a chance to listen to this yet, but he was on this podcast on BBC iPlayer, so yeah, definitely need to give that one a listen. Always cool to see some exposure from the Call of Duty League in the kind of mainstream media, I suppose. And well, this is what Cronus CDL Intel had to say the other day. The initial question was around Scraps and Waskin. Where are they going to land, if anywhere? Chalked unless Paris give them a shot. Did Patrice Aches emerge in any of the league team convos? Not that I heard of. And as Aches says, Crone, you just do not have the plug anymore. You talking about you and Censor pitching yourselves to the Paris Legion? And well, as Aches says, aside from my Patrice identity on Twitter troll, I have not spoken or reached out to the Legion, so your info is garbanzo beans. However, Censor did not reply to this one and deny it as Aches has done. So well, maybe you can take from that Censor actually did try and pitch himself to the Paris Legion, and given the way that Censor tends to be, I wouldn't be surprised if that is the case by any means. So who knows what will happen, right? Censor tweeted this out on the 9th of September, after he was released from the New York Subliners, free agent for the 2021 season. If you want to work hard every day and win championships, contact me, censorbusiness@gmail.com. Thank you, New York Subliners, for the opportunity in year one. And he certainly had an interesting year one, right, where he was on the bench for the entire year, definitely brought some brand recognition to the Subliners, I would say, but was very frustrated the fact that they had, well, conflicting sponsors with some of the deals he wanted to do. He talked at length how he had a 50k deal, a 100k deal he was trying to push through in terms of sponsorship stuff, but he couldn't get it done because there would have been conflicting arrangements with his organizational contract. He was then very frustrated that he had a difficult time playing in the Challenger side because there was the rule that you could only play in a Challengers team. Well, you couldn't play with another substitute on another professional league team on the same Challengers team. That restricted him from getting some places in the Challenger side. Then, apparently he was asking to actually get trialed out in the starting lineup, especially when the Zero thing went sour and they were thinking about who to bring in. They tried Happy for a while. They did have Censor in the lineup actually for a while and did a couple of scrim sets with him. I think he was asking the New York Subliners management, you've got to give me a shot, got to get me in the team. And well, they played with him for a bit, and then, well, they decided to bring Mac into the team, and of course became a fantastic squad and won their own championship at the New York home series. Then Censor goes on to this Triumph Gaming kind of Challengers team, and I think they come top 4 at the first event and then drop him straight away. So pretty unfortunate end to the season. And then I think he had the opportunity potentially to go to Parasite's team for the Challenger side that did so well in the last few events, but because they had Gunjar on the squad, who was the Optic Gaming Los Angeles substitute, he couldn't team with Censor. Now this season they've actually changed that rule set, that they can have Gunjar and Censor. If Censor was a substitute for another team, he can also play with the substitute for a different team, as long as there's only 2 Pro League substitutes on the 4-man roster in the Challenger side. So all things considered, well, it's a step in the right direction for the Challengers, and will Censor still be stuck down there? That's probably more than likely. However, if you're a Paris Legion, what are the options on the table right now? I can't imagine there's too many other organizations considering Censor apart from the Paris Legion, and well, he had a few things to say a while ago when he did get dropped. The Subliners dropped me. Who are my thoughts from year one to the Call of Duty League and what is next to me? I'll just share this clip of Doug getting hyped for popping off on Call of Duty Cold War.
Yo, what's up, guys? Just want to show you guys my new updated gaming setup. I'm a little bit festive with the Halloween stuff. Really clean setup, and I put this painting back because it just reminds me of, you know, my come up and everything that I did to accomplish where I am right now. So I'm really excited for the next year of Cold War. I'm fully all in with Call of Duty. And I just can't wait to pop off this year, man. I know I've been talking about this a lot for years. Last year I didn't get to play the game, so it is what it is. But this year, guys, trust me, man. If you guys love me as a competitive Call of Duty player as much as I love competing, you guys are going to be in for a good year because I'm going to pop off this year. I promise you guys that. So I'm going to go stream now. See y'all later. Peace out.
Along a similar vein as well, Parasite says still looking for challengers teammates, trying to establish something concrete soon. Let me know, I don't plan on slowing down next year, all or nothing like every other year. So yeah, Parasite Censor, interesting discussion, right? Because if you're the Paris Legion right now, there's a lot of options on the table. There's so many free agents out there, there's so many players. Do you want to get Pred? Do you want to get Zed back on the team? Do you want to keep Dens? Do you want to actually have some like French contributions like Whalers, Brezzy, some of the other guys that you could potentially consider, Zeke, Drisk, that were on that overtime esports team that became Denial at the start of the Black Ops 4 season. But the other route you could potentially go down is trying to pick up players which have some brand value, right? Because some of the weaknesses, frankly, of some of the organizations last season, especially Paris, I would say, especially Los Angeles Guerrillas, for example, is they did not have much social media presence. They did not have much brand backing. Like in terms of their Twitter followers, it's not looking great. In terms of their YouTube content, it's not looking great at all. And well, Censor would relish the opportunity to actually be a starter, I imagine. The opportunity to get onto a starting team and try and develop some young talent. That would be great. And if you're Paris, what roster could you put together which is going to compete for championships right now? You've left it somewhat late. That may be deliberate, right? So you can leave it a few months later and not have to pay players' salary through the off-season. But if that's the case, are you going to be able to put together a top 6, top 4 roster that can consistently compete for championships? It's maybe looking doubtful. So one other opportunity you could explore if you're the Paris Legion general manager is being like, okay, look, do we get a couple of veterans in the team that actually have some brand identity and are going to make people excited about the Paris Legion? It's a rare thing indeed that people are going to be excited about the Paris Legion, especially after their results last season. If you pick up Doug Censor Martin, all of a sudden people are talking about you. It's a great storyline, and I'm not saying it's necessarily the best thing to do because, well, organizations value results, and maybe Doug isn't going to necessarily get you your results, but he may help you develop some young talent, which then either you can, well, get rid of Doug next season or something and bring in someone else in, or you then sell on that young talent for a higher price tag. So there's lots of questions right now, and I wouldn't be surprised if Doug is reaching out to these guys and trying to make something work, even if it is just as a substitute player, and then he can play in the challenger side as he has done this season, because that would be kind of cool to see. And I definitely think he added something to the subliners despite not playing a starting series. Doug and the subliners seem to mesh kind of well as a culmination of brands, and I think he'd certainly added something to the subliners on the YouTube side and brought attention to them as a brand and, well, helped make them what they are to some degree. But however, these are the teams that have been confirmed right now. Into the 4v4 environment, 12 teams remaining, it's pretty tough to get a starting roster right. However, there are a lot of substitute spots still open that haven't been filled right yet and haven't been discussed. And well, Paris Legion is the main team that is all the question marks right now. We don't know what's going on here. Most of these other teams, we're pretty confident what their starting lineup is going to be. But if there is one team where any player can still potentially get on, it's probably Paris Legion right now. And that's why I imagine Douglas Censor Martin may be considering these options. But I'm intrigued to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. Just to finish off the video, I thought this was a really cool graphic from Breaking Point GG. 8 World Championship winning teams. Which champs run was the most dominant and which was the most impressive to you? So these are all the World Championship winning teams. There's actually, well, every team is different apart from the Dallas Empire and, well, the Team Envious organization, the one in Black Ops 3, and then again most recently, which technically are the same organization, right? Or at least the same ownership group, but things have changed significantly in Call of Duty over the last couple of seasons. But as you can see, the most dominant World Championship run for Eco Impact, Complexity, Denial Esports, Team Envy, Optic Gaming, Evil Geniuses, E United, or the Dallas Empire. I mean, some of these tournaments are absolutely remarkable. I mean, the Complexity run that they had at that World Championship was, well, pretty spectacular. But there are certainly some other World Championship runs to look at, especially Optic Gaming, even though they did actually lose to Envy in the winners finals of that event and drop down to losers. So maybe it wasn't quite as dominant as some of the other ones we have seen. And E United, of course, were pretty spectacular, although they very nearly lost to Evil Geniuses at that tournament, as I'm sure you guys may remember. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for making it this far. If you did enjoy it, I'd greatly appreciate a like on the video. It really helps out the YouTube algorithm know you enjoyed this content. Other people like you may enjoy this content as well. Thank you for watching as always. Take care, and I will see you next time.
Yeah, he grinds Warzone, so he probably fucking got that shit down.
He hasn't taken a day off in like a half a year.
What? What? Bro!
It looked like you flew like a
What the hell just happened? Oh my god, bro.
Oh my god, what the fuck just happened to you,
What
bro?
the fuck?
It looked like your body flew to another world. What the fuck?
It's the worst day of Warzone I've ever played in my life, bro.